Well, good morning, folks. We are in a different place today. A place that I haven't been in a long time. What makes today different, you ask? Today, I have a rental car. And I'm going somewhere. You can guess it. Maybe I'll tell you. Maybe you can figure it out from the stop signs. What state I'm in, etc. Okay, it says turn left, but I can't turn left. We're getting into an interesting thing already here. Things happen when you've never been to a place before. Rerouting. Well, as you can tell, my mount is not what it should be. Will this be sustainable? I don't know. I'll let you guess what I'm using to mount my phone as well. You might find it humorous. I'll tell you eventually, because this drive is so long, there won't be any secrets between listener and speaker by the end of this drive. Not the case. Okay, here. Alright. '94 West. Well, there's your first clue. Where are you going if you're on 94 West? Maybe the signs will say. Maybe they won't. This is a long 0.3 miles, I can tell you that. Words for people. Now, will they consign you to a life of being a Canadian if you can't produce a passport? I suppose not. There's going to be a way to figure that out, but odds are you don't have time for that. And odds are nobody has time for that. One of the things I've always been curious about is, these immigration detentions. Say you're held in Canada. Who pays for your hotel? Who pays for your deportation if you're deported someplace? I've always been fascinated by that question of who pays the bill. Is it the country that you get sent to? Is it the country that kicks you out? Is it you somehow? Do they try and take the money from you? There's a whole world going on in that department that I don't know a lot about. But I've always been curious, if you're from Eritrea, for example, or somewhere just far away, and you overstay your visa, you get deported back to Africa or anywhere, South America, Europe, well, I don't care. Who pays for that plane ticket? It can't be cheap. Who pays? What if you wouldn't need a visa fee to go back to your home country, but there's certainly expenses. What if you need a meal while you're on your deportation trip? What if you have a layover in someplace and you just decide you're gonna make a run for it in the layover, right? If you're being sent back to Saudi Arabia, all right, good chance you're gonna maybe transfer planes in Qatar. Okay, I guess you wouldn't be allowed through customs, right? So I guess there's a built-in security for that in the airport, so you can't just walk outside and check out the world, right? I imagine they've got to keep a pretty tight lid on that in those facilities, because, you know, if you could walk out the service entrance to the tarmac or something and go out where the employees of the airline are working, couldn't you maybe make a run for it? That car, that truck is spraying oil or something out of the machine. I thought I smelled something, and I can actually see the vapor and liquid coming out of that machine. It smells like petroleum, and it's very gross, and it's probably they're going to be disappointed when they're out of fuel or something when they get to their site. Swift Transportation driving next to us here. Hopefully they slept well. Nice to see you. One of the biggest motor carriers line haul in the country today, recently merged with night transportation.